Okay. Fourpure at, well, it must be about 4:37 by now or something.
Fourpure at 4:15.
Yeah, we had some technical issues. Sorry we're running late, everybody. To those single number of fans that we have out there that tune in every week, sorry we're running late. So Fourpure at 4 this week, talking to John. We've missed you.
Yeah.
Have you been somewhere? What's been going on?
I've been around. There was a couple of weeks ago I went to Wales. I went to Cardiff in Wales.
That's right.
I went to Edinburgh in Scotland. I went to Newcastle, and I went to Brighton all in like 4 days.
And then you rode a bicycle from Brighton up to the tap room, which is pretty.
I just about barely made it.
Well, it's good to have you back. I'm really
yeah.
happy to have you back. It means I don't have to pretend like I know what I'm talking about. So
you're good at that, though.
Thank you. We are talking about new beer this week on Fourpure at 4, because there's lots of it coming out, isn't there?
Yeah. It's a pretty exciting period for us because there are a lot of festivals, beer festivals, that take place sort of August, September, October. And so we always, this time of year, even though we're super busy in the brew house and we're churning out as much beer as we possibly can, we do try to make sure that we also have the opportunity to be creative and to launch more interesting, innovative beers that are more experimental. Because, you know, the festival circuit's all about, you know, the beer nerds, the beer geeks who love stuff like that. And the brewers love it too, you know. It's a lot of fun to brew beers like that.
It's got, what I love about this is that we sat down probably, I can't remember if it was December or if it was January.
Yeah.
And sort of forecast a list of, this is the beer we want to brew for the year. And, you know, we sort of based that a little bit on trends, and we based a little bit on what we like to drink and what we like to brew. And we really haven't, you know, the beers we're about to brew pretty much are off the back of that list, aren't they? So I think we nailed it sort of 6 months ago or more with what we wanted to brew, and pretty much they're on schedule, on point regarding style.
And the nice thing is that other opportunities arise too, you know, like we did a few collaborations that we weren't necessarily planning on doing.
True.
The brewers come up with ideas that we then, you know, follow through on, and we get to brew interesting beers that come from the brew team, and other things like we're brewing this beer with this dry hop pilsner with Byron, the hamburger chain.
Yep.
You know, stuff like that. These things just come up, and you know, that's a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
So there's a combination with stuff like this of planning in advance and just sort of improvising as you go along, and you know.
That's it. Well, I mean, we can't have everything in the schedule, can we? You want to be a little bit responsive and do some fun stuff that just pops up on the radar. So
yeah, so like a year and a half ago, I think it was, or whenever, maybe about a year ago, when we brewed Deuce Box for the first time. That wasn't something that
double juice.
Juice.
Okay.
That wasn't something that we had necessarily planned, and then now we're canning it as we speak. We couldn't give you a filled can because before we spent so long trying to get set up to do this.
So pretty.
So
pretty.
Yeah, so they should just be canning now. I think they will have started a few minutes ago, but the can design is gorgeous. It was designed by our new in-house designer, Dan, not our old in-house designer, Dan, the owner of the company.
The boss.
Yeah, the boss, our boss. But we hired another guy for clarity called Dan, who is a great, brilliant artist, and he designed these beautiful cans. It's the same Deuce Box that we released a month ago or so on draft, just brewed again, this time going into cans. Super delicious, 8.3%, orange zest, grapefruit zest, lemon and lime, a lot of hops. Same hop. It's basically Juice Box doubled and with a more diverse variety of
It's fantastic
zest
beer,
in it.
John. The team have done an amazing job. It's fantastic beer.
Yeah, it's. You're right. The team have done a very fantastic job on this beer, and we've got other stuff coming up too.
So tell me.
Yeah. I think you're getting.
We're trying to record
call.
something. All right.
Yeah. So Hop Tart, that's an old favorite coming back. We brew it kind of differently every time. This time it's really simple: Pilsner malt, oats, and again, just a lot of hops. So we play around with the varieties every time we brew it. This time we've got it's going to be Cascade, Citra, and Simcoe, which should be really nice. We've also got a West Coast pale ale with coffee called Ground Control. We actually just added the coffee earlier today. This morning, Josh, who's been on Fourpure at Four before, and I added the coffee.
I'm excited about that one, actually.
Yeah, we've got a jasmine green tea saison called Lost in Tea. We're adding the tea to that on Monday. That's just
it's Lost in Tea saison. You're kind of missing the pun if you leave the saison off the end. It's from Lost in Translation, but it's Lost in Tea saison. It's really clever, John. You gotta.
I love Lost in Translation.
Yeah, you got to give it the whole name though, otherwise the pun's completely.
That is such a good movie. I wasn't aware there was a.
No, so all right.
I wasn't aware that there was any kind of joke.
It's clearly it's so obvious.
It's just too subtle for me.
Yeah, all right. So anyway, that again, delicious sounding.
What else we got? We're doing a collaboration thing, beer with the Indie Man guys up in Manchester.
Where we will be in a couple of months.
Yeah.
Early October, I think. IMBC. So we're going to be up there.
Self just threw us
with the room, big room takeover, and they have very, very kindly asked us to get involved in brewing a beer.
Yeah.
Which is awesome, and that's going into pack soap. Is that right? We're putting that into cans as well, and which will be exciting.
Yep. And we're working on stuff all the time. Right now, on the pilot scale, we've got a really interesting beer that one of our brewers, Paul, the Twitter celebrity
at Marshall Stacks.
Yeah. He's been so passionate about this project, and he and I we went and had a lovely dinner with Tim Anderson, the chef, Master Chef winner, owner and head chef of Namben in Brixton, and we've been sort of working with the chef on and designing a beer recipe that sort of complements his signature dish, and the beer is in tank right now. It's lovely. It's sort of like a dark reddish kind of malty but dry beer with lovely sort of Belgian sort of ester profile, and we added a whole bunch of fig puree to it as well, which gives it it's just luxurious and delicious. And yeah, should be good.
That's a lot of beers.
Yeah, there's a lot of beers. I mean, the other thing that I have to say as a personal thing, I don't know how many of you guys remember Beartooth, our American brown ale. It's an in-house favorite. Like, the staff love that beer.
We skipped it last year, right?
We skipped it last year, which really broke my heart. Like I love brewing that beer. I love drinking that beer, and we're really excited that we're going to have that back out again later on. I think we're going to be brewing it in August for release in September. So that's one that I'm like particularly excited about, because that beer is amazing, if I may say so myself.
So what I'm getting from this is that in the next few weeks you really need to line up a trip to come down to the tap room.
Yeah.
Come down and maybe so sort of end of July pretty much. So lots of stuff in tank now. End of July everything will be sort of on the taps and ready to drink.
Yeah, we're going to be brewing a lot of sort of interesting stuff in the next couple of months. And the one that I didn't mention, which we're brewing on Tuesday, is the London Beer City collaboration beer that we're brewing with Wimbledon Brewery and our neighbors Brew by Numbers. We're going to make a beautiful sort of sessionable pale ale with a bunch of hops from New Zealand, Waiheke, Motueka, New Zealand Cascade. We've also got some Nelson Sauvin in there, and then from Australia we got some Galaxy too, and it's going to be super, super lush.
If the sun stays out like this, it's pretty much the ideal summer.
Yeah, I'm going to drink the shit out of that beer. It's going to be good.
Well, we can sense that out, right? Yeah. Right.
It's live. Anyway, that's all right.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
All right, that's awesome. Oh, do we have a question, Soph?
Are we at Spitalfields?
Oh my goodness, a question. This is exciting. Are we? You can probably answer that one, can't you?
Where's Spitalfields?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we do, because we roll down there pretty regularly, don't we? Yes, we will be at Spitalfields. Come and see us.
When is that?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know where I'm going to be tomorrow?
Where?
Wimbledon.
I was going to do...
Yeah.
I was going to...
Court one.
Dan and Tom don't listen. Next, Tuesday, if I'm not here in the office, I'm at Wimbledon. Have you been watching? Anyway, we don't need to get on to Wimbledon. Any other questions?
No, just two people saying hey
Hey.
Oh, hey. I guess that's Fourpure 4. Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Awesome to have you
fun.
back.
Always fun. I'm glad to be back.
Amazing beer lineup coming up. Really good.
Yeah.
Go find Juicebox. Go find Southern Latitude. Wait like a week or something. Go find Juicebox.
Well, I mean, they're canning this now. We'll start shipping it on Monday, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it should, if you have a decent craft beer retailer nearby, they should be stocking this. And if they don't, ask for it.
Oh, tonight, Clapton Craft. All 5 Clapton Craft stores. Southern Latitude launch. They're doing 4 to 6 to 8. 6 to 8. They're doing 4 for 10 quid. You're not going to beat that anywhere in the city. So get along and drink some Southern Latitude. Next Friday is Juicebox launch, which is happening at Sophie Draft House.
Nice.
Yeah, Old Street Draft House. But
Cool.
I think the other Draft House are going to pick it up obviously as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Definitely.
we are.
Yes, we're at Spitalfields Brewers
Yes.
Market tomorrow. Yes.
Yes.
With Juicebox and Southern Lat and some others.
Oh yeah, sweet. So there you go with D-Box and Southern Lat and some others. So anyway, I think this is just going downhill rapidly. So sunshine.
It's hard
beers.
to go downhill when you start at the bottom of the hill, though.
It's true.
Anyway, we love you.
We
love you.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next Friday
Bye,
at
everybody.
4 o'clock.
Bye-bye.
Bye.